Greetings and welcome to NewsZimbabwe.com News. I am Makanaka Masenyama. Stories making the headlines. Government to spy on bank transactions by NGOs suspected of bankrolling terrorism. Defiant opposition leader stands by Mnangagwa adultery claims. And business, ZemChem customers to bring on raw materials as forex shortages persist. In sports, Dynamo set for Malawi pre-season tour. Now for the news in greater detail. President Emmerson Mnangagwa's government will soon be monitoring bank accounts transactions by local NGOs in the wake of continued claims by the ZANU-PF leader that the private organizations are using donor funds to finance terrorist activities. This was revealed by Acting Information Minister Sekai Nzenza during a post-cabinet media briefing in Harare.
Cabinet received a presentation from the Minister of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare, which is my ministry. They received the presentation on principles to amend the Private Voluntary Organizations Act, Chapter 17.05, in order to render it compliant with the requirements of the Financial Action Task Force on combating monetary laundering and financing of terrorism by individuals and institutions. More specifically, the amendment seeks to ensure that private voluntary organizations, otherwise known as PVOs in Zimbabwe, are not used as conduits for money laundering and funding of terrorist activities, while seeking to bring about efficiency in the registration and regulation of the same.
Several NGO bosses have gone into hiding following government claims they had a hand in violent protests that rocked many parts of the country in January this year. Government is adamant the acts were an overthrow attempt on the ZANU-PF-led administration. Still on cabinet briefing, Health and Child Care Minister Obadiah Moyo has denied senior doctors at Parengatwa Hospital have gone on strike. Contrary to local media reports, Moyo told a post-cabinet media briefing on Thursday that the doctors had scaled down services due to shortages in medicine.
Clarify the fact that there is no one on strike in the health sector. If reporters would like, we can even go confirm with the consultants at Parengatwa Hospital. They called us for a meeting because they had a meeting the previous day with their local administration at Parengatwa Hospital. So they were advising me on some issues which they were not happy about with regards to the management of the institution, especially purchasing of essential commodities.
The minister said government will start acquiring essential drugs through private individuals who have offered to use their own free funds to source for medicine, which government will buy from them using RTGS dollars.
They've made arrangements, local arrangements. There are some local medical companies, medical suppliers who are in a position to utilize their own free funds, which are abroad. So they are going to be buying medicines, equipment, and they bring them here and they sell them to us in RTG dollar.
Finance Minister Mtuli says government will now deploy officials from his ministry to ensure that financial resources are channeled to proper use.
Money laundering and financing of terrorism issues are very serious globally. And this really arose out of the September 11, remnants of the September 11 issues, as well as the financial crisis together. So globally, this thinking around making sure that we follow the money, to make sure that there is no money laundering, we cap money laundering, but also the financing of terrorism is a global issue now. And our view is that Zimbabwe should also should comply, and if it doesn't, it will be sanctioned if it doesn't comply.
Gube was speaking in the wake of accusations against hospital managers by Minister Moyo that they are misusing resources and fueling the current hospital crisis. State broadcaster ZBC has lost another senior journalist following the death of Masvingo Beru chief Desmond Duri. Although no official communication was available at the time of filing this report, highly placed sources told NewsZem TV Duri died late Wednesday of an as yet unknown ailment. Duri's death follows that of ZBC diplomatic correspondent Judith Mokwanya early this week. Reports say Duri had been unwell for some time. In the courts, defiant opposition leader Tinashe Jonasi, who landed in the dock for claiming President Emmerson Mnangagwa had a sexual relationship with Information Minister Monica Mchangwa, has challenged the ZANU-PF leader to prove him wrong. Jonasi, leader of the less-known Ideal Zimbabwe political party, is facing charges of undermining Mnangagwa's authority. In his application for bail before Harare Magistrate Wongai Muchuchuti on Thursday, Jonasi argued that the charges brought against him did not constitute a crime. According to the state, Jonasi committed the alleged offense during an interview he had with a South African television station. In business, struggling chemical manufacturer ZemChem could soon start asking customers to bring their own raw materials for processing as it battles recurrent shortages which are threatening the firm's viability. This was revealed by Acting General Manager Tendai Shoko in a recent interview with NewsZimbabwe.com. Shoko said the firm would soon require potential customers in construction and timber making to bring their own raw materials for production. We shall be taking a short break. We will be back soon.
Many people have been asking me how did I manage it, because they could see that everything was there, everything was just happening, things were being paid. So I've told people that it was through Diaspora funeral cash plan. So I would advise everyone to join this Diaspora funeral cash plan. Their policy is good because it took all the weight off my shoulders.
In sports, after winning the Charity Challenge Cup match against rivals Caps United last weekend, Harare Giants Dynamos will next week step up their preparations for the new season with a week-long tour in Malawi. Dynamos coach Lloyd Chigowe revealed his team is expected to play some fine-tuning matches before the start of the season on March 30. The Harare Giants will play their last pre-season match on home soil against Tel 1 FC at Ascot Stadium this coming Saturday. To end this news bulletin, here's a recap of headlines once more. Government to spy on bank transactions by NGOs suspected of bankrolling terrorism. Defiant opposition leader stands by Mnangagwa adultery claims. And in sports, Dynamo set for Malawi pre-season tour. Reporting for NewsZimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For these and more stories, do visit our website www.newszimbabwe.com and our YouTube channel NewsZim TV.